Hello guys, it's Paul again, and man, I have very interesting news for you. So if you're new to the channel, we talk about very deep subjects here related to conspiracy theories and spirituality and all that interesting stuff. If you like those kinds of subjects, consider subscribing to my channel. Anyway, today we're talking about the Bluebeam project. For those of you that are not familiar, pretty much is a very famous subject. I mean, everybody who's into conspiracy theories has heard of the Bluebeam project. Very classified project going on that's been cooking throughout the years. Pretty much after World War II, that our governments have been planning to fake an alien invasion. And this project is called the Bluebeam project. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you how that's gonna happen. Recently, have been seeing a lot of the final steps that will trigger that first projection of an alien invasion, false, of course, fake alien invasion. So let's start from the beginning. So yeah, we all know that the media and the governments, they've been feeding us false information about aliens, and they sort of like trying to brainwash people into thinking every alien species that comes from outer space is somehow evil. Like all aliens are evil and we shouldn't make contact with them, and aliens are here to invade us. And even Elon Musk said as well. Stephen Hawking also said that we should not make contact with aliens. So I mean, Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking, which these two guys are considered like the smartest people in the world. These guys have said that we should not make contact with them because they could be hostile to our species. Most likely they will just want to invade us and they want to conquer us and all this and all that. So well, for those of us who know a little bit more about these subjects, we know that the evil aliens, you know, the famous reptilian shapeshifters, the blue bloods, the royalty of England, you know, the Rothschild, I mean, all these guys. I mean, the evil aliens already invaded us thousands of years ago, if not 500,000 years ago, since the Sumerians, since the Anunnaki, since the sons of Anu descended from the skies and came here to the planet and declared themselves our gods and all that, since Enki and Enlil and Anu and Inanna, Ishtar, all these ancient gods. I mean, yeah. So the evil aliens already came thousands of years ago. So now they're trying to point the fingers and say, well, the evil ones are up there, so don't pay attention to what's behind the governments. No, pay attention to the skies because the evil ones are about to invade us. Going back to the subject of Project Bluebeam, this is gonna go down, man. This is how it's gonna happen. I don't want to say that I'm predicting or anything like that. No, I'm just connecting the dots here. That's what I do. That's what I love doing, just connecting the dots. Let's talk about the SpaceX most recent project, which is Starlink. And we've seen throughout the world all these satellites that people have been recording these things throughout the world. And yeah, there's always something on the news saying that, oh, did you see this strange light, blue light? Consider that, yeah, keep that in mind, a blue light in the sky, Project Bluebeam. Blue light in the sky, which is actually SpaceX, Starlink, Elon Musk's satellites that are being launched into space. So yeah, it's a funny thing that they actually looks like they're projecting this, well, these satellites are projecting something. You know, and we see these blue lights, you know, the Project Bluebeam. So now that these satellites are all over the world, yeah, and they have this technology that they can project anything. So basically holograms. Think of it as holograms. 7D technologies. So, I mean, yeah, they tell us that, oh, I mean, these scientists are barely experimenting with 7D technology. No, this technology has been going around since years ago. Actually, the airplanes in 9/11 were actually holograms too. There's a lot of evidence now, and these airplanes were projected through helicopters around the area, and they were actually not real airplanes, they were holograms. But anyway, going back to the Bluebeam subject. Satellites all over the world. They can project anything they want in a very high definition. We're gonna start to see a lot more UFO activity around the world. Pay attention to this. Every year before Christmas, a huge event happens. And like it starts to cook and cook and cook. You know, they start cooking this new worldwide event. This happened with the pandemic too. Like they announced it like right before Christmas, and then the months passed, and they were escalating the problem, and then they actually have to let Super Bowl pass. You cannot have the Super Bowl not happen because it's a huge ritual. It's a huge satanic event for the elites. They will not lock people down in their homes without being able to go out before the Super Bowl. No, that's not gonna happen. So after the Super Bowl, that's when shit hits the fan. So right now, everything points at they're trying to fake an alien invasion happening next year, 2023. Again, I'm just connecting the dots here. Like I'm not even sure if it's gonna happen next year, but something big is about to happen. It's gonna start cooking within these months, this last 2 months of the year, and then after the Super Bowl, that's the whole thing's gonna go down. So everything points at an alien invasion, a fake alien invasion or fake alien sightings. You know, a lot of people are gonna start to see the aliens, which actually I think they're gonna be fake. That's the sad thing. I mean, I love these UFO concepts and all that, but I think most of them are just gonna be fake now. But again, I mean, I'm not even sure if it's gonna be next year. But of course, Bluebeam is cooking fast. Like they are actually accelerating their plans. Well, that's what it feels like. You know that they actually hide the truth in plain sight. That's the best way they do this. If you have seen the Transformers movie of 2007, you know, the Hollywood movie of Transformers, you know, when it came out, I loved it. The first time the military encounter the bad robots, the bad guys, the first car that blew up in this scene by the helicopter robot had a plate number. It wasn't a plate number. It had just a number that said 2023. Yeah, I would just put it on the screen so yeah, you can see. If you actually pause on the right time, that's what you can see. I actually just took a screenshot of it. You can find the video on YouTube. Yeah, I'll just link it in the description. What does this mean? We have to understand that this movie is about aliens. You know, Hollywood hides the truths in plain sight. There's been many proofs of that, and that's how they program people as well. It's called predictive programming. So they show you all these numbers and imagery and all that, so you cannot perceive it consciously. Only your subconscious perceives that. So that's how they start programming you into accepting these events, these future events. So why was it that important? I mean, nothing happens by accident. Why is it so important to show 2023 scene in an alien invasion scene pretty much? Well, yeah, I would just leave that to your own opinions and thoughts. So what every conspiracy theorist pretty much has been talking about lately is that the Bluebeam project is to, well, of course, first of all, fake an alien invasion so the world governments can unify all religions into one, and unify all governments, and end all war on Earth between humans. And now all the humans on Earth are gonna join forces and become one to fight an external force, which is aliens. Well, we all know it's a trap. The way they will unite all religions is if everybody accepts the same God. So again, going back to the satellites, now they can project whatever imagery they want in the skies. So they can project the image of Jesus Christ or whatever, you know, or Krishna, or Allah. That entity, that godly entity, the new Messiah descending from the skies, will have to be able to communicate with the humans. So how will they accomplish this? With the new shots that everybody has been getting within this past 3 years. So, or 2 years, I don't remember. But anyway, we know that these shots do contain, and this is a proven fact now with a lot of doctors around the world, these shots contain